what are some of the things that you guys saw within that video? Just shut them up.
Combination of strength and endurance.
Yep, strength and endurance. What else?
Flexibility.
Flexibility, yep. Speed, yep. So two other things I saw would be strength, three other things, strength, tenacity, and grit, right? You saw there was reps where Mo Lam the bar was just off her chest, and she grinded the whole thing out. That took a lot of grit to get that last rep. And it's taking that next step, those small incremental steps each and every day that's gonna help make you the better player on and off the ice. So this is probably my favorite slide of the entire presentation. If you get nothing out of this but the 10 things written on here, then I'll be happy. So whether you're the best hockey player in the world or you're me and you're the worst hockey player in the world, these 10 things that you can put into each and every day will help you no matter what. These are things that coaches notice, both on and off the ice. They're what your strength coaches notice. They're what your friends and family notice. And it requires absolutely zero talent to do so. Being on time, all right? Don't have to answer this question, but how many of you guys walked in after 12 o'clock today? I was one of them. Work ethic. Everybody notices your work ethic and the effort that you put in each and every day. What's your body language like? Are you slouched over? Are you tired? Are you complaining? Are you up tall? Are you ready to go for the next rep, the next shift? What's your energy like? Are you refueling yourself? Are you using Gatorade products? Little plug. What's your attitude like? Are you showing your passion for hockey? Are you coachable? This is probably my favorite one out of the whole list. Is when a coach is talking to you, are you taking feedback as criticism? Are you shutting down? Or are you excited to get information, to use whatever they're talking to you about to get just a little bit better? Are you doing extra, right? Are you working out 4 to 5 days a week, right? Are you doing what you need to do that nobody else is doing? One of the things I like to talk about with athletes is amongst all your friends, you're probably gonna be the weird one. You're gonna be the one who's gonna try and spend a little bit more time stick handling throughout the summer. You're the one training 4 days a week, right? The people who think you're kind of crazy for doing all that stuff, they're probably not going to play at the college level, right? That's the difference between the people who are crazy, you guys, and what is ever normal. And then are you prepared? Are you prepared for any given situation? Do you have everything you need? Do you have your sneakers? Do you have your water bottle? Do you have your Gatorade bottle? Do you have your gym clothes? Do you have your sticks? Do you have all of your equipment, right? These are the very little things that require absolutely zero talent to truly be successful. My goal as a strength coach is very, very simple, right? It is not to make you the best hockey player you can possibly be, right? I want to make you the best athlete you can possibly be so that all your coaches, your skill coaches, your on-ice coaches can all make you the best hockey player you can be. If you have the intangibles as an athlete, then they can do their job and make you a great hockey player. If you're not healthy, if you're not a quote-unquote good athlete, it's going to be a lot harder for you to succeed on the ice. But that's not my job. My job is all off the ice. All right, another question for you. Describe your ideal hockey player in terms of adjectives. I know we're not in school anymore, but I hope you remember what an adjective is. Versatile. Yell them up. Fierce. Hardworking. Fierce.
Fast.
Gritty.
Strong.
Strong. Positive. One more. Fast. And hungry. Yes. So when I look at your intangibles as a hockey player, this is what I'm looking at from a strength conditioning perspective. Are you powerful? Are you explosive? Are you fast? Are you strong? Are you conditioned? And are you flexible and mobile? Right? My job is to make sure that you're pretty good at all of those. If there's a weakness somewhere, say strength is your weakness. Say you're really fast, you're really explosive, right? I can help get you to be faster and more explosive if we get you strong, right? We want to fill up what's called buckets. So say you have 3 buckets. There's your conditioning bucket, there's your strength bucket, and there's your power bucket. I don't want to overfill too many buckets, all right? I want to make sure that you're evenly distributed in terms of your bucket strength, all right? Does that make sense to everybody? Good, because I didn't think that did. All right, so how do I get all these things? In the weight room, directly, and these are exercises that we'll do on an everyday basis. So how do I get powerful? I do hang cleans, I do Olympic lifts, I do snatches, I do weighted jumps. All right, how do I get more explosive? I jump, I do plyos, I hop, I box jump, I jump over hurdles, I bound, right? How do we get faster? We sprint, we do things really, really fast. The only way to get faster is to do something really, really fast. If you do something slow, it's not gonna help you get any faster. That's why the long distance running is not the best for hockey. It's really, really good for cross country. It is not great for hockey. How do you get stronger? You deadlift, you squat, you do chin-ups, you do push-ups, you do lunges. You follow a really good strength and conditioning program, right? How do you get conditioned? In season, you skate, right? Out of season, you run, you bike, not distance runs, not long distance biking, but you do sprints, you do different intervals. And I can answer a whole bunch of questions specifically on this stuff afterwards. And how do I get more flexible and mobile? I roll, I stretch, right? Who knows what a foam roller is? How many of you have one in your hockey bag? A lot of hands went down. So, foam rolling and stretching, I'll go over this later. Really important. It's very important for your warm-up. You always want to warm up before you step on the ice. All right, how many of you today stepped on the ice without doing any type of dynamic warm-up? Honestly, your hands will be really low. All right, and that's okay. All right, my job is here to educate you. You want to make sure that you're foam rolling, whether that's with a lacrosse ball, a softball. You can try it with a hockey puck, it'll be a little weird. Foam rollers work. And then making sure you're getting your heart rate up right before you skate, right? It's before you get your equipment on. It takes 3 to 5 minutes, right? It's very, very simple, right? When you're at, especially when you're at showcases like this, it's really important to make sure that you're warming up every time you step on the ice, right? So you don't get injured. And then the second most important thing of these things is you cool down afterwards, all right? Cool down can be a lot of things. You can stretch, you can roll out again. If you have time and access, hop in an ice bath, right? It is probably not going to be as painful as she's making it look, right? It's not going to be that bad, but you only want to be in there for a few minutes, all right? If you're in there for 20 minutes, then you might have that face, or you might be blue. But that's just the beginning, right? That's strength and conditioning in a nutshell, right? There's more to it than just that. There's a lot of what Marvin talked about. And like making sure you refuel, and I'll touch on it very, very, very briefly because he did a great job on it. But what else is important? Sleeping is very important. Right? You are only as good as your ability to recover. All right? Remember that phrase. You are only as good as your ability to recover. If you are not getting 8 hours of sleep a night right now, especially as a teenager, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're never going to be able to play as well as you can if you don't sleep. Right? Sleep is when all your muscle building process happens. Right? You break down muscle during your strength conditioning sessions. You break down muscle when you're skating on the ice. Right? You rebuild muscle while you're sleeping. Right? What else? You hydrate.
I will.
Gatorade's on. You want to make sure that Gatorade or water is going the other way. When you squeeze it, not coming up the other way, unless you're Sidney Crosby and you want to spray the rest. But again, Marvin already talked about it. Hydration is very, very important. And then on top of that is you got to eat. You got to eat well, right? You have to refuel, right? When you have an opportunity after games to get a full meal in you, do so. You want to eat as many colors as you possibly can. You want to eat a rainbow, all right? I ask my players every day, did you get your 5 colors in today? Right? You want to eat 5 colors at a minimum every day. Skittles don't count. Starburst doesn't count. Trix doesn't count. And any other processed thing doesn't count towards your colors. Real whole foods with lots of colors in them is really going to be beneficial to you. And then your full meal proteins, like your fish, steak, chicken, again, everything that Marvin had already talked about. And then one of the most important things is you got to remember to have fun. All right, hockey's a sport where you're with your friends, you're with your teammates. If you're not having fun, why are you doing it? Right? All of this should lead back to having fun and being successful. Right? The best players in the world all have fun with what they're doing, whether it's training, whether it's celebrating after winning this past year's World Championships. Like, having fun is the name of the game. And in the end, last two slides is it's all up to you. Success is your choice. You make a decision every single day when you wake up. All right, you look in the mirror when you're brushing your teeth, you make a decision. You're either going to get better for that day or you're going to get worse. All right, the whole maintenance thing, in my mind, doesn't exist. You have a choice. Better or worse in your actions that day determine what happens. So thank you guys so much for spending the last 10 minutes. Fire away with questions.
Oh,